Welcome. You are number one. Funny World Videos. Alright, so I'm just going to jump into this. First of all, guys, if you do like this content, if you would hit the like button and subscribe. Again, that's only if you do like this content. If you don't, then no reason to subscribe or click the like button. So I'm going to go through a few of these. I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you some price targets for Bitcoin. I'm going to give you price targets for Ethereum, Litecoin, BNB. And as I said, I'm going to show you why I think it's possible. Look, we have a target down below of 20,000 and a target above around 60, maybe 68,000. I'm going to show you that chart. And I'm also going to show you how I think it's possible that Bitcoin's actually predicting stock market crash, specifically the Dow Jones. I'm going to show you that in just a minute. So before we get into this, guys, if you do want to access these charts, the website is opticalartcrypto.com. The link will be in the description. It's also up top. I'll pin it in the first comment after this stream. For $39 a month, you get access to Bitcoins, altcoins, precious metals, our Discord, and Twitter. This is our Discord here. We have about 800 members. They all share charts. We have trades set up. So if you do join, make sure you send me an email. I will send you the invite link for the Discord and allow you to follow me on Twitter. If you do want to get lifetime, guys, I'm having a special today. Instead of $2.99 today and today only, it's $2.98. It's up to you if you want to take advantage of those incredible savings. So I'd like to go in. We'll go through. We're going to cover Ethereum, Litecoin, BNB. Then we're going to get into Bitcoin, and I'm going to show you some of this stuff. So pay attention. Lambo, I don't know. We might have to wait a while. We'll have to see. If we get above a certain point, then our bull run continues. If we can't get above that point, then I think it's still bearish. So you guys ready? Smash those likes for me, guys. And if you don't like this content later, you can take your like back. That's totally fine as well. Alright, so this was the last live stream I did, and this was Ethereum. So this was April 22nd. Today is the 26th. So I just want to show you the accuracy of these charts. So what I was calling for, I said if we drop, pay attention to this line we bottomed on right here. 1, 2, 3 times. So I said if we came down, a likely point to catch a bounce was around 2,146. So if we go to this chart, you can see this is that same line. Let me pull this down a bit. So right here, this yellow line which I was talking about, if we come down, this is your support, 2,146. And you can see what happened. We came down, we respected this line right here. We came down 2,119. We came up 2,377. Right, 2,370. That became resistance. So just showing you how you can swing trade these charts. We dropped down to support, we pushed up to resistance, and then we kept finding support right here. Support, 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 and we pushed up. So let me give you some price targets for this chart here. So Ethereum, your current resistance right now to watch is 2,556. Your next support right here is going to be right at 2,440. So guys, how I play this, how I play the charts, I don't use leverage. I just buy at support, sell at resistance. So if we come down and drop to, let's say, 2,433, this is where you would chance putting in a long. If you come up to 2,556, this is where you would chance putting in a short. Your strongest support still below. We've been respecting this. We cannot drop below this trend line. Is right here, potentially at, let's just say out here is, well, right here is around 2,192. You drop below that, guys, there's more support levels below. I can show you. This is the strongest support level I have below. So if we do break below that support right here, and again, guys, in the live streams and in tweets, I show you how to play these charts. If you break 2,192, your next drop target to catch a bounce is going to be around 2,013. Do keep in mind, though, we are respecting this fib channel line here as well. There's been a lot of strong support and resistance, so you would likely catch a bounce around 2,100. But these are your support and resistance levels to pay attention to currently for Ethereum. Let's go on to, so this was the same live stream, it's just different parts of it. So this is Litecoin. This is what at the last live stream, again, the 22nd. I was saying if we pushed up, watch to get rejected at 290. If you come down, I have these price targets, and we bottom down here at 238, and this is your strong support at 252. So let's see how this one played out. I have the labels here so I can kind of know reference point where we're at. So notice right here, guys, look, this again, this was on the 22nd. I said if we push up 290, watch 290, Down here was 238. We did come down below it. Look, right at 290, we got topped out right here. 290, right at this line, guys. I'm saying if the price is respecting these, you know this is a potential point to put in a short. And notice where we came down to. You pull this out, you see this line has been a lot of support and resistance. This one right here. So look what happened. We did drop below, but you can see, you know, we found support right here at 219. We dropped below. Well, we found 222. We did come back below. Now your resistance, well, it looks like it could be a support right now. It looks like we're dropping below it. So look, your next resistance level above to watch if you want to potentially put in a short. Guys, we've been respecting the hell out of this line right here. This is 256. So Litecoin, if you push up, you want to put in a short here. This looks like this support is breaking. We'll have to see. This is right here, 241. Looks like it's coming down. So if you're looking for a point to put in a long for Litecoin, it is 225. Again, all of these lines will be respected. Again, go back, look left, see what's the strongest support. So, and for instance, if we pull this out, this is your next support level below. So if you drop down below 225, you know you'll catch a bounce right here, basically around $200. Again, these are for swing trading, but they can help you find tops. This right here was BNB. And I was telling you, we were right here at the time. I said if we pushed up, watch potentially get rejected around $587. I was giving you price targets below. BNB did come down a bit. I was marking this this yellow ring here as a potential top. If we pushed up to take your profit, notice there's a yellow ring here. There's a yellow ring below. But notice right here, $587. Look where we got rejected, guys. Right here. We pushed up, got rejected, and we came back down. And notice where we found support right here on this yellow ring. That's what I'm saying. When you have a fib circle, guys, that, I don't know, by XRP, I have this all set up. We're just going to go through it. But we got rejected at this ring here. So I said if we pushed up, likely point to get rejected is this ring. If we come down, your support is this ring. Notice we found support on this ring and this 200 exponential moving average. So again, just showing you the accuracy. So this potential point to get topped out. If we cannot make it above that, we're coming down. Let me give you some price targets for BNB, guys. If we push up, your current resistance right now to watch, to put in a short, is $579. We just broke support here at 537. Your next support level to watch to put in a long is going to be 499 to potentially 490. And your next strongest support, you can see this 200 exponential moving average is coming right up on this point. So I would watch 469. So these are price targets for BNB. Guys, if you want to get all of these price targets, I mean, it goes all the way down and have them all the way up. So when you make contact, depends on the price, but you do have your points to swing trade. This right here, this was the same live stream, and I was talking about, this is the D1 chart on Coinbase. I was talking about the support level. I said, you know, if we break the support, your next support right down here is this blue fib channel line. This was your resistance above. Let's go to this chart. Actually, and this is how it played out. So you'll notice we came down, we found support. Notice this white line right here. Look at how well price respected this. We just kept bouncing and bouncing. You could have been swing trading the hell out of this. Support, resistance, support, resistance, support. Support, more support. So basically I was saying as soon as we break this point, that's when I expect us to come down, and that's why I said damn you blue line, just break already. And eventually it did break. This is how the chart played out. So if you'll notice in this live stream, I was referencing this blue line below. You got resistance here, you got this blue line, or this line here, we're finding support. So if we drop down, this is your next support level. This is 48,763 where and again, depends on when you make contact, depends on price. But if you'll notice, look, we broke this support right here, and look what happened. This was our support. Actually, this is when we broke and we came down and pushed back up. But you can see how accurate this was. I mean, this was a lot of support. We broke down, and this is when price just started pushing straight up. Now, I will tell you, I did buy right here at the bottom at 47,143. I got out early. I got out right before this. I figured when we came up, we would hit this blue line and get rejected. So you'll notice right here, I think I said, yeah, I said rejected. I got out a little bit before because I expected when we hit this support level, we would get rejected. I got out way early. I lost out on a lot of potential gains. I have a certain way I trade. I do not buy into pumps. I only buy support. Playing the charts this way, I'm less likely to lose money. You buy at support, you ride it up. If you're buying into pumps, it could turn around instantly. If you're playing with one Bitcoin, it cost me over $100 to buy, $100 to sell. So if it drops $200 or $300, I just lost $500 like that. But again, I got out early. I could have stayed in and made a lot more money. This is where I bought in. Let me show you right here. So this chart, I'll give you some price targets. We'll come back to these charts, but I just want to show you how I was able to find this bottom right here. And that was on this chart right here. Said absolute perfect support on the A1 chart. Notice we came down, we found support, we pushed up. This is the actual chart. So notice right here, we came down, we found support. So this is where I bought in. And again, I should have just stayed in, but I was very confident we'd come back down. Obviously, everybody was short, so they had to send the price up to liquidate those shorts. We are pushing up. I'm going to give you some price targets to watch, potentially get rejected. I'm not saying we can't go higher, guys. This is for swing trading. I did make a tweet about this point right here. This is the B1 chart. We see how we got temporary rejection right here, 53,693. So if we go to this chart, you can see we are finding resistance here. We got above it a bit. So this could be a point we get rejected and come back down. Let me give this price targets, but did want to show you. I didn't plan this out too well, guys. But anyways, I got out right here, so I made a total of almost 4.5% profit. Had I stayed in, I would have had a total so far of 14% profit. So that sucks, but hey, that's how it goes. But once we started pushing up, I wouldn't buy in. I mean, if I did buy in, I would have done well. But again, I don't buy on pumps because at any point this could turn around and come down. So let me go through these charts and give you some price targets to pay attention to. And if you want further price targets up, guys, you'll have to get access to the charts. But your current resistance to watch, and this is very strong resistance. Again, you can see right here, this right here is resistance. And you can see this line, and again, this is the D1 chart if you have access to it. Notice we bottomed perfectly here. As soon as we broke it, we came down. So if we come up, you have this line as resistance right here. And you have this line as resistance here. So if you push up, watch 54,500 as a point to get rejected. If we come back down and we test this line, this is your next strongest support. You see how well price has been respecting it. So if we get rejected at 54,500, your next support level to watch, potentially put in a long, is 50,119. Obviously, I have support levels below, significant drop. If we push up, this is your next resistance above right here. This chart here, let's see. So look, your next resistance to watch on this chart, coincidentally, is right here where this 200 exponential moving average is on the 2 hour. This is around 55,268. Your current support on this chart, you can clearly see, is right here at 51,116. Right here is 51,192. Your strongest support, the one we bottomed on. So if we came back down, watch to catch a bounce right here. So this is the point. If we break, we're coming down lower, 47,516. Your closest support. And guys, what I say is, so if you go to a chart, let's say that this chart has the closest resistance. Let's say you have 4 charts up. The closest resistance is 54,000. Be watching this chart. Actually, this is the chart you want to watch right now. This is the closest resistance. If we get below this point, then you load up another chart for closest support level. If we push above this, your next resistance to watch is right here around 55,000. And the reason for this is because this is the next fib channel line above. So if you push up, watch for potential. You can put in a short around 55,072, and then your support will be down here at 53,817. And your support down here is around 51,177. Just showing you how to play these charts. But again, this chart did help me buy right at the bottom, right here. And again, we'll have to see how high this goes. Just covered that tweet. So these are some price targets, guys. Again, let me give you this. This is another price target to watch on this chart. This is the B1 chart, around 48,148. You can see right here. This is your support level. And I did want to show you why this was strong support. If I pull this back, you notice we respected this line right here. That's how you know there's resistance, resistance, and it came down, we found perfect support. All right, so before we go further, any questions, what you guys are saying? Well, thank you, Jose. again, guys, I don't think we're going to go that higher. I mean, if you look, we're still $10,000 down from the top. We topped out at 60, what? Actually, we got all the way up to 64,858. We are now at 53,000. So, we're still down over $10,000 from the top. So, we pushed up a bit. We still have a lot of resistance. And I'm going to show you the point where if we get above, I think we have a lot higher to go. That's when I'll get bullish. In the meantime, guys, this happens all the time. You have a drop, you have a pump. I mean, look right here. Let me move this out of the way. So right here, we dropped, we pushed back up a total of, what, 12.48%. We dropped, we pushed up a total of 14%. That's only 2% more than this push up we had here. So, get bullish if you want, but at any time, this could come back, turn around. I will say that the MACD on the weekly looks pretty bearish, but on the daily, it's starting to look bullish. That's the question. Are we going to just consolidate? We might consolidate, and the 21-week moving average might come up to us, to the price of Bitcoin. We don't have that far to drop to test the 21-week moving average where it's at now. So that's what we'll have to find out. But I know a lot of people, probably everybody, was expecting it to short. I was looking at some YouTube videos, and I think it was ABC or one of those that always talk about Bitcoin, saying, yeah, we're going to come down and test 40,000, 41,000. So everybody was shorting, and you know what happens? They push the price up. So let's go into this. So this is another chart to pay attention to. This is a very important resistance level. And guys, what I say is go back, look at different charts. If you do have access to these charts, guys, what you can do is you right click on the chart link and you hit open a new tab. So you can have like 3 or 4 charts open on the same window, and you can just go back and forth between them. But right here is around 55,000, right? This red line right here. And I think I had a chart, right here is around 55,000. So what I'm saying is I have 2 charts charted a different way. The B1 chart says 55,000, very strong resistance. And then I have this chart here showing 55,000 strong resistance. So look, if you get above 55,000 and hold support, this is where I would buy in to push up higher. In the meantime, if we can't push above that, your next support's right here. So if we drop, let's say we get rejected at 55,000, your next support level to watch is right here at 51,731. And again, each one of these lines is going to be your support. But we did break up from a falling wedge. I think a lot of people are bullish now. A lot of times, though, what will happen is you will come up and you can come back down and test the top of this wedge before pushing higher. I'm not going to presume to know what's going to happen. Again, this is more for swing trading. If you get rejected around 55,000, your support is 51,731. So this is where you put in a long. This is where you'd put in a short right here. Hi, Francisco. So did any of you guys buy on the A1 chart? I think that was the name of it. Did any of you guys buy right here at 47,243? Because I know I was tweeting like crazy when we were dropping, looking for the point to buy in. But again, I wish I would have stayed in. I really am kicking myself. So again, these are the price targets. Pay attention to for Bitcoin. Take a screenshot, rewind it back. And again, so your strongest resistance right now to watch is around, this is roughly 55,000. So watch 55,000 to get rejected. You get above 55,000, start getting more bullish. In the meantime, if you're looking for another entry point, 51,731 looks good. This is a CME futures chart, guys. So if we push up, remember, we have a gap above. So if you're bullish and you expect this to push up, we do have a gap above between. You have to fill that gap. We have to push up to 62,000. Just curious, how many of you guys are bullish and how many of you guys are bearish? I know the price did not test the 20-week, 21-week moving average, which I expected. So I think a lot of people are bullish now. I'm just curious what the sentiment is. Well, I think a lot of people were shorting, got wrecked, and now they're just out of it because they're just so pissed off they lost their money. Bullish. All right. So I assume a lot of you guys that are bullish think that we're going to push up and put a new all-time high, right? Well, again, just remember, if you are bullish, keep in mind you have 62,040 to fill this gap above. The gap starts at 57,210. This here is the peak of the bull run chart. I just want to give you another target to pay attention to. I would watch this right here. This is around 56,186. I did have another chart. So right here, this ring we've been respecting, it was resistance. Hold on, guys. It was resistance. If I can get my brush tool working. It was resistance right here. Resistance, support, resistance. So if we push up, the next ring above is right here, 56,186. And if you go to this chart, I think this target matches right here. That's pretty close, 57,100. So if you'll notice right here, I drew this orange trend line. Maybe this a little thicker so you can see it. All I did was I came down, and I just you can see found support, support, support. Notice we found perfect support here. We found support. We dropped below it, but we kept moving up into it. So this is a falling wedge we're breaking up from. If I was expecting what would happen is that we would break down from this. So I did the same thing right here. I did a trend line where you found support, support, support. So it made sense if we broke down from this, well, you would find support right here. And that target I was expecting us to hit was around potentially 41,000. That's not how it played out. It pushed up. But again, I would watch this. This is our resistance above. So again, 58,107. You guys, I'm looking at what you guys are saying. No all-time high, just further upside. I think we'll push up a bit, and I think we'll get rejected and come down. So let me get into this, guys. This is a simple equation showing that Bitcoin could possibly hit 20K. Just so you know, Bitcoin is still on track. So let me show you the visual representation of this equation right here. Let me go ahead and just get this off the screen. So I'm telling you, possibly we could hit 20,000 if we drop, and if we push up, I'll give you the target. So let me show you this right here. And also on the same chart, I'm going to show you how Bitcoin actually could predict the next stock market crash. Yeah, you like my math? Some pretty complicated equations right there. But again, guys, Bitcoin on track. All right, so let me show you what I'm talking about and why potentially we could test 20,000. And then I'm going to compare this with the Dow Jones, and it's pretty cool stuff here, so do pay attention. All right, so first of all, part of that equation is this support level here. Let me make this white so you can see it. All right. So again, and I just want to show you a lot of the charts I create are based off of these trend lines, and I just want to show you that this is a support level that we've been respecting going back since, well, this isn't the BLX chart. This only goes back to 2011, but I just want you to pay attention to this. So if we pull this out, notice that this has been support back since 2011, right? So we go below it occasionally, but it was support, 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 a lot of support. You know, we had our peak right here in 2017. We broke it, and now it's resistance, resistance. We came down, and now it's resistance again, right? So we could continue testing the top of this. Let me pull this out a bit. There's another trend line we're respecting, and let me show you this one right here. If I can remember how I did this one. This one right here. This is also a support level that we are respecting. And if you'll notice, perfect support right here. Look at this. So this is what that math equation represents. I know it's a lot of numbers and equations for just something so simple. That's why just looking at it visually helps. But basically, this is what that equation represents. So if we come down, look, this, you can clearly see this has been support, 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 resistance, resistance, support, support right here. We came down to support, resistance, came down to this resistance, support, support. So what I'm saying is, if we come down, well, where's the target? If we are topped out, let me get rid of this. Yeah, right there, X marks the spot. That was the part we started pushing up. So what I'm trying to say though, guys, if we come down, and I'm going to use a moving average as well, and then I'm going to add the Dow Jones to this. It gets pretty cool. So let's just say that if we are topped out, we know that this is strong support. Let me make this a different color. We know that this yellow trend line is very strong support, and we know that this white trend line is very strong resistance because it was a lot of support. Strong support flips to strong resistance. So if you go by this line alone, if we push up, well, look, you could push up to potentially 73,000, but you're still going to be below this resistance line. And if you'll notice right here around 20,000, let's just say that we come down to this target, that would be right here pretty much where we topped out in 2017. So it kind of makes sense if you came down to that point, this would be like the point to catch a bounce. That would be the bearish case. I think it's likely if we are topped out, I mean if we get above this point, guys, I mean it's going much higher than this is going to go parabolic again. If we cannot get above this point, I think ultimately we are coming down to test the support that we've been respecting since pretty much the beginning of Bitcoin. And if we add in the 200-week moving average, look where this lines up. You can see right here, this red moving average. It was support, support, right? Support, support. So look where this lines up. This is pushing right up to this point right here, right? So if we do come down, if we start heading down, it does make sense. We would make contact around 20,000. I mean, if we do come down and test that point, that could be the lowest point before we push up again. So let me show you how this compares with the Dow Jones, which I found kind of interesting. And if you guys have not been following me, guys, I do have stocks. I am telling you, I do think that the Dow is almost topped out. That is this chart here. You can see we are right at the point where I'm expecting us to get rejected. This was our COVID crash back here. This is where we got topped out at this orange ring. We crossed this fib channel line, and then we came down. I think the same thing is about to play out. I think we're going to top out right here at this orange ring, and then we are going to cross this fib channel line. And then I think the same damn thing is going to happen. We're going to come down and just something like this. Yeah, bearish. But let me show you how this, again, this was our COVID crash. Just see the similarities right here. Topped out. Every time, look, let me get rid of this. Every time we come up and hit a ring, we get topped out. We bottomed on this ring, we topped out here, we found support here, we topped out here, found support here, topped out here, found support here. We got topped out here for a while. That's when I was expecting us to have a crash, but they released a stimulus package that pushed us up. So I think what's going to happen is this might potentially be the top where we get that drop. But I want to show you how this compares with Bitcoin. So let me get rid of these squigglies and let me put the Dow below this. I'm just going to show you this. It's kind of cool actually. So let me go to this. So let me get rid of this 20-week moving average, or the 200 weekly moving average. All right. So right here is the Dow below. Okay. I'm gonna mark these off. So hopefully you can see this. So this was our peak. Let's see, vertical line here. This was our peak in December 11, 2017, right? So let's go down here and let's put in our, let's see, 18th of December 2017. All right, pretty close. Oh, no, hold on. 17. All right, there we go. So I'm going to match this up. And look what happened here. So you can see right here, this was our peak in December 18, 2017. And notice what happened here. So let's do a trend line. So we came down, right? And look what happened with the Dow. Actually, we'll go over the bottom. Notice what happened right here, right? This is where we bottomed. Bitcoin started coming down, the Dow put in a bottom. So we bottomed right here on Bitcoin, and the Dow bottomed right here, right? So let's go to our next peak. This peak was in right here. This was where we peaked around 14,000. This was the 24th of June 2019. So let's go there. All right, now I can get this to match up. So look what happened here. So if we look at this and we do a trend line, look, you come from this point to here, check it out. Right? This was the start, and look what happened. Bitcoin came down, we put it in our bottom right here. So it's just interesting. It's kind of like Bitcoin. And guys, you know that Bitcoin is tied into Wall Street, right? And we'll go back and look at the previous one. You'll see that there's not much of a correlation. If we go back here and we look at this point, when we had our peak in, let's see, where's this peak? This was the 2nd of December 2013. 2nd of December 2013, let's see. So notice how there wasn't much correlation back here with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin wasn't that tied. It wasn't tied into the markets like it is now. So notice the Dow Jones was just moving up like this. We had a little peak, we came down. Not much happened, but now you can see how much more correlated it is. We had a peak here, then you can see the Dow started coming down. Let me come and zoom in here. So look at this. We had a peak, we started coming down. This is when the Dow Jones started coming down. We had a peak here. Dow Jones came down. This was our COVID crash right here. So look what's going on right now. We are topped out right now and potentially coming down. This is right around 5th of April. So it's very possible at this point. And guys, I'm telling you, I'm expecting the Dow to have a correction pretty soon. So let me put a vertical line here. April 5th. Let me make sure all this matches up. I'll save this chart to the website too, guys. So it is very possible, if what I think is going to play out, and we'll find out soon enough because we're getting damn close to that ring. If that does play out, it is very possible this is going to play out all over again. It is going to do like this. And we're going to see a correction for the Dow Jones again. So what do you think, guys? You think that's possible? I mean, I'm just telling you, Bitcoin starts dropping, then the Dow starts coming down. And guys, if the Dow is dropping thousands and thousands of points, the NASDAQ is going to come down, the S&P is going to come down. They all come down together. I just think it's kind of it's crazy how the last two predicted the Dow would come down. And now we're right at this point, right at the top of this resistance, right here. Got topped out, where I said we get topped out 65,000 with this chart right here, guys. This is the chart I said, look, this is the top, 65,072 at this ring. This ring right here I said was the top. We didn't even make it up to the top of this channel. Look at this. Resistance, support, resistance, support. Everybody expected us to come up, test this. We're up here around 67,000. Didn't happen. We got rejected at this ring. Just like I'm saying with the Dow Jones, guys, we are not getting above. Unless they release another stimulus package, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that's going to, they're not going to release one, so I don't think it's going to save us at this ring. So I think what's going to happen is we're going to top out right here at this orange ring. That is going to bring us down to this point. Once we break this fib channel line, we're going to come down lower. That's the same thing that happened here. We got topped out at the ring, broke the fib channel line, we came lower. That, I think, will play in perfectly with Bitcoin getting topped out and potentially coming down to test 20,000, which is the top of our previous peak in December 2017. And again, let me tell you guys, if we do get above this point, I told you that this is the point. If we get above, and again, this kind of plays along with that trend line I showed you. If we get above, if we continue to push up, if we get above, let's say 58,000, and we get above this point and hold support, guys, this is where I say, hey, it's time to get bullish again. So if we push up, find support, we get rejected, we find support here, I'm going to flip bullish. If we get above 66,500, 66,600, I get bullish. Because that is the point we got rejected. I was calling for that point for the longest time. We cannot get above it. So if we do get above this point, guys, this is actually 66,900 right here. 67,357. If we get above that point, guys, I get bullish. As long as we're below this, I think it's very possible, we're going to be coming back down. Well, short squeeze and then a long squeeze, we'll see. But we're going to find out soon enough if we don't have that much higher to go before we get topped out with the Dow Jones. Again, I'm going in heavy on a short right here. This is where I'm shorting the Dow right here. To potentially this point, if it breaks, then I'm riding it down to this point to take profit because I might push back up before coming down further. But I do think, guys, the last time the Dow crashed, the Dow is what I'm using to predict a crash. But the last time the Dow came down 33%, Bitcoin dropped 60%, a little over 60%. So again, I'm just saying it's very possible Bitcoin, since it's so tied into the U.S. markets, people jump out of Bitcoin knowing something's going to happen, and the next thing you know, the stock market starts correcting. But either way, you can still use these charts to swing trade. Again, I have altcoins, Bitcoins, precious metals, and I have stocks. And I covered that. If you watched the last stream, I did cover a bunch of stocks: PayPal, BioNTech, Tesla, a bunch of them. But I am very interested. I think this week could be the week. I think we have some upside for the Dow. And when we hit that target, I will be going heavy with a short on the Dow. You're too early with your prediction. There's always a blow off top. That has not happened yet. Again, yeah, that's fine. And look, this could be the blow off top. Barely putting in a new high. If we get above 67,354, I'll give you that blow off top right here. You want to know how high this will go? If we push above 67,354, right here. Here's your blow off top. This is where it gets rejected. Right here at 88,609. Depending on when you hit it. That's your top. This is the point it gets rejected and comes back down. And this is actually on the peak of the bull run chart. Where's that peak of the bull run chart? Right here. Let me get rid of this. And I do want to show you one more thing with the MACD. I forgot about that. This is that blue ring. It's the same blue ring that I called the bottom on, if you guys remember that. I said this is our COVID crash. I said, guys, I'm going in 100% right here. This is called the bottom on this blue ring. If you notice, this is all the same fib circle right here. This is a blue ring I was talking about. When you hit it, watch to get a rejection. We hit this blue ring, we dropped a total of 20%. I said every time we come down and we hit this blue ring, buy. I bought. You come up here, you get rejected. I said when you hit it again, buy. That played out perfectly. This is that next blue ring out, guys, right here. See if I move this? That's that next blue ring. So if we push up, you're looking for your blow off top right here. This is how high we go. If we get above, again, this is the same blue ring. I'm just showing you a different chart. So if we get above this target here, if you're bullish, before I get bullish for blow off top, we have to get above 66,891. If we push above that, this is where you get out. 87,150. If it's further out here, 86,547. And you can see how well we respected this. I mean, we've been respecting all of these rings. And again, I was calling for this months and months in advance. So you knew exactly when to short, you knew exactly when to buy, exactly when to buy. So again, this is the point we get rejected. And hey, maybe we get rejected at 86,000, we come back down, we find support at 68,000, then we go higher. But this will be a point I would get the hell out and take my profit. I mean, if you stay in and you never sell, you're never going to make any profit, especially if it comes back down. And I still believe if we break below the 20-week, or the 21 weekly moving average, then we're back in a bear market. But hey, price does push up. It happens all the time, and then comes right back down. But that's all I wanted to cover. I did want to show you real quick. I wanted to show you the MACD, guys, because I think this is really important. If you're looking at the MACD on the weekly, looks insanely bearish. Let me show you this real quick. Alright, so let's go to the weekly here. So this is the MACD on the weekly. This right here was, let me clear out everything off this chart. Let me get rid of the volume. So look right here. This was our peak at almost 20,000 in 2017, right? So look at this MACD. We got this cross, right? Blue crosses over right here. You get this cross. Look how much we came down. Ever since that happened, we started coming down, right? So look at this. Look how high up we are, and we just had this cross. So at least as far as the weekly, it just now started turning red. So on the weekly, it looks pretty damn bearish. But if we go to the daily actually looks kind of bullish. So there could be some more upside. I mean, you can see right here. Let's zoom in and show you how this, and the MACD is what you should use, not necessarily the RSI. But notice every time it curls up like this, price pushes up. It curls up, price pushes up. And right here, we're halfway through it. So there could be a little bit more upside right here. So again, we might push up a little bit more. Again, we might hit 58,000. That's a possibility. But again, if you go by the MACD on the weekly, it just looks like we have some more downside. And what I want to show you, if you look at this, every time we come down, we go that high and push down. Look at this. This is why I'm saying this could potentially be the top. I showed you that orange ring showing the top. I showed you the that trend line right here, showing you that this is possibly the top right here. But if you look at this, we topped out right here at 20,000, right? The MACD came all the way down here, but even when it came down and bottomed, we were still in a bear market. We still started coming down. So look how far we pushed up. We topped out all the way up here, right? We peaked. The MACD came down this low. So even though the MACD came down this low and pushed up, we could still be in a bear market to come down. That's why I'm saying it's very possible we could actually come down and test 20,000. That does go along with the stock market. If the stock market continues up and the US dollar tanks, then hey, be in Bitcoin. We're golden. We're still in a bull run. But if the market's correct, the dollar starts pushing up, you probably want to pay attention to this chart. But I would pay attention to that, and even the same thing back here. I'd have to really zoom the hell in for you to see this. But the same thing happened back here. This was our last one, look. We were still in a bear market. Look, we topped out right here where we had our peak. This was in 2013 right here. We came all the way down here, right? So you would think, okay, well, we came all the way down to this point, so we're going to start going higher. No, we were in a bear market. So that's what I'm trying to show you guys. Just be cautious. I see Bitcoin's pushing up. Everybody's getting bullish. But again, I just be very cautious, guys. I think we could potentially be topped out. Even if we come up 68,000, that still could be the top, and then we come back down. But I would watch those targets. I'm going to give you those one more time. Your next strongest, these are macro targets. Your strongest resistance to watch, 56,186. Right here. I got so many charts up here. We'll just watch 56,186. Right here is, again, watch 54,918. It looks like 55,000 is going to be a lot of resistance. A lot of charts are showing me 55,000. So again, watch 55,000 like a hawk. If we get above 55,000, expect us to go a little higher. If we get rejected at 55,000, then we'll come down and test resistance. Or test support, possibly come back up, test it again. But a lot of charts are showing me 55,000 is a potential point to put in a nice short. But guys, that's it. Again, if you want to access these charts, the website is opticalartcrypto.com. The link will be pinned in the first comment and in the description. Again, $39 a month, get access to Bitcoins, altcoins, precious metals, access to our Discord and Twitter. You have to email me for the Discord invite link. My Twitter is private. And again, if you want to take advantage of that lifetime special, full access to everything, one-time payment, instead of $2.99, it's only, get this, $2.98. So if you want to save $1, guys, contact me through the contact page on the website. This is the link if you want to go ahead and subscribe now, just monthly, if it comes up. This is if you want to subscribe monthly, and if you want to contact me about lifetime to get access to these charts, to swing trade the hell out of them, you can just contact me here. My email address is shown right there. And guys, that's it. I will see you in Discord and on Twitter. I'm out. Trade safe.